test. Stand clear. Huh? It only took. Aw, if that wind current was. Huh? Why? Or. Alright, let's Oh. Hang on, looks like we've gotten close to the Guizha. Why don't we shoot you up to the Jade Chain? Oh. Oh, that's right. Now that you mention it, we could use the Guizha.
Take cover! Everybody stand back!
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
Give up! Your life is mine!
Swirl, Mark 2.
Halt! Who trespasses on these hallowed grounds?
Exactly. We're invited guests. No. Wait. She pretended to invite us to the...
What? We're just on...
What nonsense! See?
Well, here they...
It's nothing!
Dodge this!
Tactical!
To our cool it!
Attack!
It's nothing!
Animal test 6308.
Freeze!
Get out of here! It's nothing! It's nothing!
Freeze!
Stand clear.
Who goes there? Take the target alive!
Don't waste my time!
Cool it!
Get out of here! Everybody stand back! Your life is mine!
Attack!
Cool it!
Stop. What's all this about?
Lady Kuching, these two strange people suddenly appeared.
Who are you calling strange? You want to go? We're invited guests, here to look for the lead.
Well, as it happens,
Oh,
I'm Kuching, the Yuheng of the Chi. I know of you, traveler. You're Ningguang's guests, yes?
wow. Paimon didn't think we...
The Guizhong Ballista in Tianheng Pass has long been, and these Millilith are just here to guard the scene.
So this was all a
Anyway, for a mortal,
Oh, right.
just call me Kuching. I'd say that Ningguang's purpose,
We're not taking some.
when you say protect,
Huh?
you are mortals, and thus naturally, they would also regard Ningguang's locking down the— I'll say it like it is.
Well, you've gotta. Still, this is the first time.
Should I respect the shallow sense of time and condescension to mortals that has caused them to delay? Forget it. I shouldn't speak of them this way. Either way, I will admit that the Rex Lapis's death is indeed an extraordinary— how surprisingly civilized. Well, for Ningguang, the time of the Adepti has long— I'll stop here. You should both be off to the Jade Chamber. Don't be late now. The cream of Liyue's mercantile crop all see is—
Favor? But, wait, that's right. Greeting.
All right. You can decide on your— You didn't actually have— Well then. May we meet again, traveler.
Well, that Yuheng may not. So, what should we. Oh, right! Paimon has a feeling that. Why don't we go with that for a gift? Nope! But let's go gather ingredients! Ooh, look at that slime! It looks crystal clear! And very delicious! That's the one! Huh? Did you hear that? It seemed like it came from the— Uh-oh.
There's no.
Get out of here! Out of the way!
Animal test 6308.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen.
It's nothing.
We're open.
Dodge this!
Thank you for your help, kind travelers.
I was
Don't say that. I'm Meng Dan. I never expected that those treasure hoard. Is there anything that you lack?
Wait a moment.
Oh?
Do you have a box that can store?
Of course we do. Now just give me a moment.
Great! Dan told us that we could get a nice and shiny box from your store.
Uncle Meng already told me about it. Thank you. Many of the best goods in our store were found by Uncle Meng. If anything were to happen to him, Here, this container is itself an antique. With that.
Yep. Hang on a moment. Could we borrow one other?
Sure, please help yourselves.
Traveler, this clay pot looks really awesome. If we use an antique as our mixing bowl, we should be able to make a great... It's done! The one and only sugar-frosted slime! Carefully now. Into the box it goes and dust it over with a bit...
Oh, yes. You might want to use these 2 freshly picked flowers as
Woohoo! It looks beautiful! Great! Now that we've put all that we've got it... According to Kuching, this is what we Excuse me, do you sell the moon?
Yes. How many would you...
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guest, but for the Yuheng. What's...
I've been waiting for you. Return.
It's Ningguang. Since this is our first...
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may... I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue. One day, I believe it will overshadow all seven. Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with... As such, I have been putting eyes and ears...
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wang...
Wait! Was Goldet one of your...
Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of... At the Guizhang...
You weren't peeking on us from the sky...
I fear that peeking would have been a little... Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you... I believe that you've heard of the Archon War. Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. Much blood was shed. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon. Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the Seven changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue. But the Order of another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship, even in a new era, the Liu Qixing remain Rex Lapis. That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act again, hiding the Exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back.
Who's this enemy?
What do you think, Traveler?
Huh? What are you
Well answered.
huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed.
Dodge this! What's the hurry?
Wowee! What a huge hall! Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
What's the hurry?
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Can we really?
I have invited you two here as friends.
Ooh,
Why, you've kept your ear to the...
that's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of...
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile, if possible. But if you were to choose the more trust... I originally thought her a bit, but after she said those words, well, I must say, I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous indeed. It seems that I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to...
It's exactly as Zhongli said. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends,
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little...
Well, we have made quite a bit...
Yay! Paimon... One of the sheets on that wall. Don't look at Paimon like that. Just imagine. Let's grab one. The biggest one. Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's... La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be sigil of permission, something, fatuity? Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure. This piece of paper shows that it... Oh, Ningguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all but research on the sigil of permission? Paimon wonders... Speaking of which, there's also some connection between... Oh, you really think so? Well, should we... Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because... Anyway, before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the Fatui...
What's the hurry?
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us, too.
Freeze!
Don't waste my time.
Animal test 63, enhanced animal module 75, animal test 60.
Cool it! Oh, so sorry.
Submit. Get out of here. Take cover.
Animal test 63, okay.
Dodge this!
Give up.
This isn't good. Dodge this!
Get out of here. Give up.
Some quiet. Cool it! This moment will be frozen in cooked.
Everybody stand back. Give up. Submit. Take cover.
Freeze!
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper. Paimon's seen this pattern before. Oh, Paimon knows. But how did Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the sigil of talismans like that were once used in the art, maybe the Fatui are copying the sigil of permission, being able to channel divine power in battle? And the plot thickens. Alright, that's enough sticking around. The last stop on our rite of parting. Let's go! Paimon!
Wish me luck. Give up.
Freeze!
Adventure time.
Right on time. I myself, did you enjoy your visit to the...
It was so big.
Indeed. It's then you met with Ningguang, I trust?
She's super rich, and yeah, his take on Ningguang is quite different from...
Oh. So you also met with...
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liu Qixing don't want to...
No, indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ningguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions. Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the...
The Jade Chamber is only second. What?
Why, Mora, of course.
All Ningguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She...
That is how the Fatui have always... No matter what they may be...
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of part...
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is.
Glaze lilies? But why did we... Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers.
No. Those lilies... Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition... But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the...
So how could... Really?
We'll only know once he starts.
Let the show begin. It's time to sing. Whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
What happened? These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because you sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand Liyue?
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Let the show begin.
Freeze!
Get out of here! Out of the way! It's nothing.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit.
This little monster is known as a whopper. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent
Well, that's nice and all, but will those...
Unfortunately,
That's so...
Excuse me. Are you searching for Glaze Lily?
Oh, hey! It's... What's-her-face?
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised. That reminds me. How was your visit?
Well, it sure would have been better if...
Didn't I tell you the way?
Nope. We found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did.
Huh. Something seems a little off. She's acting different from the first time we met. What?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out.
You came all the way out here to see the...
Yujing Terrace is where whenever my duties take me.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's quite alright. When the Archon War came to its end, yes. Now that the other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of it. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700.
so what do you think of this?
Huh? This... As a mortal, but as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality.
Huh? Did you...
Yes, I am a mix of human and Qilin. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and, well, I also know where wild glaze lilies...
We did.
Oh, so did you see...
Indeed, I did.
Wow, so you really know...
No, it is you who I should be, if you would excuse me.
And that just about given the ease of picking glade.
Yeah, Paimon can already...
I've had enough. Beginning a new undertaking is always... So you must be careful to take...
Wow. Alright, I think it's about... What happened?
Ah, you're the consultant to Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. The Millilith are watching our every move now. These are desperate times.
Desperate times?
The Adepti of Joyun Karst are finally on the move.
Do they intend to exercise...
Most likely. I've heard that some members of the Qixing have already gone to meet them. Well, however, both sides were quite obstinate.
It seems inevitable, given the current...
The Adepti do not acknowledge the Qixing. They only acknowledge the contracts of the Geo Archon. If the two sides come to blows, Liyue...
Surely the Liyue...
Their boneheadedness is known through...
And what now? How...
That's all Ningguang's. She proclaimed that in these tumultuous times, the Millilith must rein in the actions of the Fatul. Only now do they want to start keeping tabs on us? Anyway, Mr. Zhongli, you're one of Child's close associates. Please understand that your actions will reflect on us. Don't let...
It looks like things are about to boil over in Liyue.
Do you intend to use your neutral identity as an intermediary between both sides? Neither path is an easy...
Oh, by the way, Mr. Zhongli, we've heard that the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor has also been caught up in all of this. They're currently squaring off with the...
Things are taking a turn for... I'm afraid I must leave now to handle things back at Wangsheng Funeral. Consider your next course.
Having connections with the... So what does Zhongli mean by looking for the fuse? Oh, Paimon gets it. If there's anyone that he must be waiting for them. But where could we find him? Where would he go at a time like this? Let the show be... impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it... This is where all of Teyvat's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few Mora go missing. Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky, tricky. But even if we can't take any, or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora... Oh, right! That... it's quiet. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Paimon, quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is all right.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly... Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted? Stopping the more immense, hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this...
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's the time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. Either way, we now come to my favorite part. A simple pleasure, and one, the battle.
Battle? So you're the...
You could... When Signora offended the deities outside the cathedral in Mondstadt, she swiftly left the scene once her mission was instead of confronting you directly, she chose to rely on the snow and ice to make her escape. She wouldn't want the knights to come running towards the sound of battle now. When she faces a worthy opponent, she will prioritize her mission, weigh the outcomes. But as for me...
We won't let what happened in Mondstadt ever happen again!
Oh, so you intend to fight me? Good. I won't kill you, Traveler. I'll just play... Besides, you could never defeat me, not even in your wildest dreams. But hey, try to relish the... Fighting talk, I love it! This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
What's the hurry? Cool it!
Don't waste my time. Submit!
Not bad, not bad. Guess I should take you more serious. Good. No wonder Signora was so wary of you. Well, that just means I can go all out. Brace yourself. This is about to get tough. Now, show me what you can do against the might of a Harbinger.
It's not.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. Huh? I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
going to cost you! You got to the Gnosis ahead of me, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose? No matter. Hand the Gnosis over, now! Don't make me take it from you.
We didn't take it! Oh no!
Give up.
So you went.
Look! Child's...
Well, it seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you had no connection to the Gnosis. No,
That's what we've been trying to tell...
your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. You already know the answer, don't you? But if that is a secret you wish to keep, this battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. Even if...
Pretty sure that's not the normal way...
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the In fact, it might be that the
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers. As such, we must now...
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this. The truth is, the world belongs to those of us who desire to become strong. I seldom willingly mingle. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyan's stone forest.
A god?
Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and...
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago.
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are... Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui...
Indeed. The one that was with the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time, using the powers of ancient gods, but knowing that such an action will not only force... Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on? If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex?
What are you?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon...
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So, just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy...
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liu.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years... So will the power of the Qixing, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is...
What? But all of you were supposed to be the guard...
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Qixing did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it peaked. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms?
I suppose so be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the we haven't a moment to spare. Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Give up.
It's nothing.
Freeze!
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Then everybody stand!
Dodge this!
The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't let...
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
gnosis! Adeptal energy! That light from your body, it's like the time in Julian Cars! Wow! It's Madame Pig's shockwave! This granny's really strong!
Give up.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast! Let the show begin.
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Don't waste my time.
Dodge this!
Look at me.
Don't waste my time.
Cool it!
It's nothing. Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This isn't good.
Let's dance.
Dodge this!
Look at me.
It's nothing.
Cool it! What's the...
It's nothing.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Let's dance.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed the effects of the Sigil of Permission. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make an—
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be—
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for At first, it was only the size of a small room. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation—
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our Thank you all for hearing me out.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our record, even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time. But that does not mean that do not merely cast your protective
Are you questioning our means of
I mean no offense.
Forebears, you say?
This morning, Rex
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world. But I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying?
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides.
Each of the 7 nations has its own—
Though your point is the very height of simplicity, as Adepti, we've become a laughingstock. To be
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my I thought this battle would perhaps be my last, although I am a mere mortal.
Huh? Why does that—
Weren't you frightened?
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there. When danger is near, everyone— Thanks for protecting Liyue Harp.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able—
Huh?
because we are Adepti.
You see, this is what the country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their Although their blood is weak, the time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place.
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition.
Seems like the Adepti have had—
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of deep. Yes, one understands. One fears that by the time one fair enough. Since we Adepti have consensus, but how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to...
Looks like the conflict between... Oh, right! It's nice the child wanted to unleash, but we were able to handle... Oh, and speaking of... Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless right of party? That we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you to—
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the—
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to— Last time we saw Zhongli was before— Do you think he doesn't know about the attack? We had better go and
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities? And oh, it seems...
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bard? Ah, right. I imagine...
Well, if it isn't you two, this is our first time seeing each other.
Paimon knew that we should never...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled. Besides, I thought we were getting along nothing personal. We just have the real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morax.
What in the world are you talking...
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're... No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but... What?
I do not give it for free. I give it as...
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky and all of Lyra...
Gathering all the forces that had been...
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his work. I stood motionless among the crowds, asking...
Oh, Zhongli!
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti. Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost it. That's right. Which is why I continued to
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine...
Of course.
And it would have been all too... Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Li.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all... The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognize the city, yet faced with... And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo Archon to fulfill our contract. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled these things were all a part of my script. The only I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Leo as divine
Huh?
On the contrary.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel...
I think that thanks would be more if you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god. The lump...
Huh? Just whose side are you on? Be that as it may. You've come out of this
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter.
Fine. I'll meet you
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good...
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, my agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance, uncover that answer for yourself.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that the... there's only one real
Fatui?
Shh! Lower your...
You know that god from the ocean?
Yes, and to
say...
Now that you mention it, I mean it all fits together. Still, what sort of supernatural...
Ah, forget it. Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless at gods and adepti live glory, rumors and hearsay abound, having been thwarted in his trial. Rex Lapis's soul, nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
So that's how something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Could the Qixing already have known that Rex Lapis... Did Zhongli tell them in secret? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the...
3,700...
We, the people of Liyue,
The long, unending...
now that we have awoken from... Will you stand with us?
So concludes the words of her Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything...
Huh? Is she...
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated...
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debt. Name your price.
Whoa...
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posts?
But it's well.
Perhaps. As for the
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this! Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their... And here you are looking...
Right. You're right. I do.
But why would Morax...
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen, when I was journeying with you...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not...
Well, we were only in the city of commerce, the Archon Morax. I will treasure the memories that I made. That is true. But there is...
Paimon thinks that...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea... Yes, the nation has been closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember... Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful... This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged.
That's how people in Tibet...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the 1,000-armed 100-eyed...
They want to seize visions? But why?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings.
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then, I...